What up, guys? Today we got an exciting video. It's been a while, okay? But I've done a couple things since the last film, so I'll walk you through that right now. Starting off, we picked up some Graham lights, 57 DRs, in this gray, which look really sick. As of right now, the bumper is off because I had to take it off because I installed some catch cans, which I'll show you guys a little bit later. And I decided I'm gonna get a sedan bumper because all the finicking I had to do to make it fit with these wide fenders was just not the move. So I'm gonna get a sedan bumper or an aftermarket bumper. My valve cover is leaking. I didn't put that paper towel there, but it's in a very convenient place to show you where it's leaking. But either way, I'm gonna be fixing that tomorrow. We got the Graham lights. Nothing much in here, but today for the video we'll be installing some new taillights. Here's my OEM ones. Sick and tired of them. I really don't like these taillights at all. I did have to replace them, and then this one cracked and I used super glue and whatever. These are just, I don't like the look of these at all. So today we're going over to some 06, 07s, which just looks so much cleaner. I got two super clean ones that we're going to be installing. And I'm going to show you guys how to depin and repin the harness, because I know a lot of people just splice them, but me, I just depinned and repinned them because my brother Ron is a electrical genius, so he kind of showed me how. Now I'm going to show you guys because there's really no good videos on YouTube on how to do it. Alright guys, so you start by removing the clips right here and here. It's really simple. It's just a Phillips head. You just loosen it until it pops up. Don't go anymore. Then get your fingernails under it if you can. I know not everybody has long fingernails. I mean, mine are long enough. That's for sure. And that's all I got. So this pops out, and then there's these little washers. You could just keep them in the actual piece, and it should just, unless you might have to take out this bottom one. Either way, they're easy to take out. Just low profile, so it's kind of tough. So you just lift up and out. Then you have access to the two 10mm bolts. Now, when I bought these taillights to replace, I did have to make my own bracket. It's really ghetto, but anyway. So it is 10mm. There's one. Here's the other. Sorry, it's hard to film and use a wobbly at the same time. Once you remove these 10mm, there's just one clip right here on the side. I believe it's just one. Yep, just this guy right here. I did remove the piece from my old taillights and put it on the new ones because it adds that structure. So basically when you pull this out, you just kind of push it to the left like that, and then this clip comes out. And then you have this harness. Just undo all the bulbs. So the bulbs just twist out left, and then they just like a quarter turn, and then you pull them out. So basically you're gonna look at your OEM harness coming out of the car and see which wires go to which bulb. The orange is the blinker, this bright one is my tail light, this LED, and then this one is the reverse light. You're just gonna find out which wires go to which. Here's the harness from the new tail lights. This is where it would plug into an 06 wagon. Comes out into the three bulbs. You got blinker, reverse light, and tail light, right? So you're just gonna see which wires come from which and clip them and repin. Okay, so my OEM blinker did just shatter on the ground, but no big deal. So from the OEM blinker, I just snipped it off the harness, right? I gave it some so that if you ever want to switch back to these, you have enough to work with. Tip from Rendezvous. So we got the yellow and black coming off of this. And then over here on the other harness, we got yellow and black going to this blinker. Now this is the easiest one because they share the same color, yellow and black, not a big deal. But then when you get to the reverse light, you got red, blue, and black. But on this one, the reverse light is white and black. Not a huge deal because, you know, black is just ground, so all we gotta improvise on is the white. So the white will be replaced with the red. We're gonna be depinning this side of the connector and installing it on the OEM harness. So just pay very close attention on the orientation these two plug into each other and see which wire goes to what pin. So for the blinker, we're going to be replacing the yellow. The yellow goes to the bottom middle, which means on this one I'll have to replace let's see, so this is going to be right there. I'm going to have to replace this green black with this yellow, if that makes sense. Now do one thing at a time because you'll get mixed up. So I'm going to be pulling this top middle pin out right there for the green black, taking the pin and the boot off of this wire and installing it on this yellow wire, and then it'll just plug right in. So in this plug, that black and green one is what we're going to be replacing the yellow with, or replacing the black and green with the yellow. To pull a pin out, there's just a little clip on top of the pin. You can see in the top one I already popped it up. So you can use a little blue screwdriver if you need, or you can use a pick like this. You just sneak it in there, push it up, and while you push up, you just pull the wire out slowly. And then when you pull it out, it'll just pull the boot out. You just kind of want to be slow and gentle because, you know, these cars are old and things will break. So you can see it pulls out the pin and the boot. Now all you got to do is stick your pick underneath these two arms on the boot, very gently, not ripping the boot, and just bend them up so you can pull the boot and break the wire off. So you can see all I did was bend those arms just very slightly with this pick, and now you can slide this black boot down, and all I'm going to do is be bending this copper wire back and forth just until it breaks off, because this is soldered, I believe. Okay, so all I did was kind of just bend that wire, snap it out of there. It doesn't need to be a hella solid connection, because when it's actually in the connector plug, when you repin it, the wire has really nowhere to go and it has a sound connection, especially with the boot on. So now we're going to slip the boot onto this yellow wire just before the copper, this little boot, and then we'll be crimping this on. Okay, so all I did was slip this over the wire, and I just got it right to where you see some of the sheath. And then all I'm going to do is feed this copper wire, twist it as tight as you can with your fingers. I'm going to be threading it just right in here underneath. So now you can see all I did was feed that wire underneath, just like that. And now I'm just going to crimp these two arms very carefully with my wire strippers, just to hold that boot firmly. Okay, now this connector is connected to our OEM harness. Now at first glance, this is pretty overwhelming for someone like me to look at. All these different wires sketching me out. So I plugged in that plug where I said we need to plug it in. It's easy to tell the orientation because you got a blank here, so there's no wire going here, and then on the harness you got a blank in the top right. So that's where that's going to go. So that's how you're able to match where each wire goes. Now make sure you get them right side up with how they're supposed to go. So the way I've threaded that yellow one in right here is the same as the other ones. There's only one way to do it, and it's very simple. Once you push it in, the boot will slide in the hole right here with the yellow and just click right into place, and it's as simple as that. So leave the ground out of the yellow blinker, because we're going to put all the blacks to one wire nut, because that's how you ground it. So you got the yellow to yellow from the bottom to the bottom, and that's how it's going to be plugged in. Now you can see from the reverse light, the red blue goes to the bottom left. So on the other side of the connector, we need to pull the brown and replace it with the red blue. So I just realized I said replace it with the red blue, but it's actually, like I said, it's different for my harness. So the red blue for the reverse light is actually the white coming from the reverse light. So you're going to want to cut the white off the reverse light and put it where the brown was, because the brown was what fed from the OEM harness, or from this harness, from the 0607 to the reverse light. So I just pulled the brown out. Let's see, where did I put it? Okay, I don't know where I put the brown, but now I got the boot and the pin, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on this one right here, the white. Now at the end of this, I'll do what I would want if I was watching a video of something I didn't know how to do. I'm just going to tell you where each wire, which color goes to which on the 0607 connector before I even fully mount the tail light. I'll just show you which one leads to which connector for each bulb. Now for this one really tricked me on the other tail light. For the actual tail light, you got black, green, and green white. Sorry, I'm not even filming it. You got black for ground, green top left, green white top right. And then I looked at mine, you got black on the bottom, green top right, and red top left. Now what I did was I just matched the orientation. So I said, okay, black on the bottom, green is top right. So green would actually be the green white, and then the green would be the red. I did it that way and it was backwards. So when I pressed the brake light, it got dimmer versus when it was on. Because when the lights are on, the brake light or the tail light is on, but when you press the brake, it gets brighter because it's the 2-phase or whatever. So with this, I'll just make sure when I'm done that I show you where each wire runs at the very end, just to seal the deal, to show you so it can be much simpler to understand. Okay guys, so it is very simple. I don't know whose idea it was to put all the blacks away from all the other colors. Segregation. Give them a raise. Anyway, I'm gonna make sure that this is all correct. I'm gonna plug in the harness to this, and then put in some bulbs and make sure all the lights turn on, and then we'll finalize that all this is correct and you guys can put everything in this orientation. All right guys, so we got blinker, reverse, tail light / brake light. Okay, here comes tail light. So that white one should be lit. Now it should get brighter for brakes. When I pump it, it gets brighter for the brakes. Here's blinker. Oh, sorry. There's blinker. Here's reverse. All right, so reviewing the footage, everything is great. So, from your OEM 04, 05, I don't know about the 04s, but the 05 WRX wagon, all the blacks go here from the harness. You just ground them. Now, you'll see where the blank is. So use that as a tool for how all these go. The ground should go top left. The green should go top middle, then blank. The white should be bottom right. The yellow should be bottom middle, and the red should be bottom left. Now with mounting the taillights, just retrace your steps of how you unmounted it. Switch over the clip on this little metal washer piece and put it on the new taillights if it doesn't have it. I think it's very necessary. Here's what the 0607s look like. I think they look fire. Thanks for watching. I hope I made it simpler for you. I know I did lots of talking and obviously I didn't have everything prepared to say. I was just winging it. But I hope I made it simpler for you guys, because there's no videos on this, on how to do it. So at least to do it the right way, like this. So I really hope this helped you, and I hope you get your 0607 taillights installed in your wagon. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See ya.